Okay, so I just want to start this video out by saying, thank you so much, Cobalt Sanderson, for looking at my videos of my Storm Realms. I'm so greatly honored. This is absolutely incredible. I've never had anybody on YouTube look at my content or anything I've made and make a review on it. Like this is absolutely crazy. And also I want to thank all of you who have seen my Storm Realm video and my other videos I've done. I have over 5,000 views right now on the original Storm Realm video I did, and I'm blown away. I didn't think it was gonna blow up as much as it did. I honestly believed that it was only gonna get like 20 views. Like I'm so like blown away. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. So I wanted to basically, just explain the tracks a little bit and stuff like that, and also I want to say thank you again so much, Cobalt, like, and everybody. Like, this is so freaking cool. Um, like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely insane. So, um, let's get into it. So, um, to start things off, I'll explain why I built the original Storm Realm the way I did, because some people really like it, and then some other people are saying like, "Oh, it's kind of boring. There's no obstacles." Um, so the reason there's no obstacles on the original version is because I don't want to put a bunch of yellow signs everywhere. I think a bunch of yellow signs look stupid, and I don't think that makes up for a good enough excuse to say, "Oh, those are supposed to be lightning bolts." And I don't like it. There's nothing like that in the movie. There's lightning bolts striking the cars and striking the track and things like that. That's the Storm Realm. That's what the Storm Realm is, not a bunch of yellow signs. It's lightning bolts. So that's why I didn't put any obstacles. The same thing with the walls. So with the walls on the original, I just want the track to feel like the movie. I wanted it to feel like an experience, an exciting high speed track with action packed turns, loops, and the one jump that Kadeem jumps over the drone car, and that is a really cool scene. A lot of people really like that scene a lot, and maybe I'll draft with you for a while. Just freaking cool. So, um, you know, and then the whole Thunderdome part with the loops and everything. I wanted to make the track feel like the movie, so I just built the track, the shape of it, and everything, and I just that's what I wanted to do. I wasn't expecting people to be saying. I mean, I kind of was, but I wasn't like expecting as many people to be saying like the lack of obstacles is bad. And I was kind of getting annoyed because I shouldn't have to explain why there's no lightning or obstacles. I'm not going to put the yellow signs. I know I already just said this, but I'm also not going to put anything else that doesn't look like lightning. And you should know that this is just, oh, hey, maybe this is just a test track. Maybe this is just something to look like the movie. It doesn't have to be a Hot Wheels Unleashed Storm Realm, like of an adapted, which somebody argued that point to me. They told me that I needed to adapt the track to Hot Wheels Unleashed. And that's not what I wanted to do. And that's not what I made. So that is why I made the Storm Realm the way I did, the first version. Now, the second version, Storm Realm V2, version 2, that's what V2 stands for. First off, it's massive. It is huge compared to the original version. The original jump is more accurate. And there's no walls because I wanted to make it more challenging. I also wanted to test my own skill on the track. I wanted people to feel like they had a challenging uh course they were on. It wasn't just like, oh, there's walls everywhere. There's no walls everywhere. I wanted to be intense. I wanted to be, crazy. I wanted to be balls of steel action, okay? Which I was showing off in that video. I fuck up once and I hit a tornado, and that was like my 5th or 6th take of doing that track, and it was not because I fell off. It was because I freaking kept hitting the tornadoes at the last section. And I got tired of resetting it. And so I was like, all right, whatever. I'll just have it to where I hit the one tornado. Which Cobalt, I did notice. He did say something. You're like, whoa, hey, he's actually going pretty good here. And I hit the one tornado. He's like, oh, he hit one, But, I was trying to get through that section without hitting the tornadoes, and I thought I was gonna make it, but I didn't. But yeah, so I wanted to show off in that video too, which is why I wasn't hitting the magnet on the downward spiral and stuff. I wanted to show off that this track meant experts only. If you get that reference, I'm proud of you. Yeah, that's why there's no walls. Another thing too, I wanted people to not look at a second version of the track and be like, why are there walls? You could take walls away, blah, 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 blah. So there's some parts with walls, but most of the track doesn't have walls. Now about the magnets on the vertical section of the Storm Realm. The reason there are magnets is because in the game, there's no aerodynamics to the car. Like, there's nothing that holds you to the track based on aerodynamics. It is based on pure force of speed. As in, if you took a bucket, filled it with water, and swung it in your arm at a momentum, that force and energy and gravity or whatever's holding the water in the bucket while it's going upside down, that's based on the speed and the motion and stuff. That's not aerodynamics. That's, the the force going against. I don't even know if I'm explaining this right, but basically, when you're going really fast in Hot Wheels Unleashed, that is how your car is held to the track. It is not aerodynamics. And I know this is fact because when I built my Cavern Realm, the corkscrew, if you don't hit it right, and you have to hit it correctly, you can fall off of it. And even if you're hitting the zip strip to go faster, you can fall off of it. And you have to be going really, really, really fast to hold your car on the track. It is not, you hit the zip strip and you're fine. The loop is really big, and there's a section where it's kind of it's a little messed up, so you come off the track a tiny bit. But if your car is pretty heavy, you can slip and fall off. And it's basically what happens to Banji in the first leg of the world race. Doesn't have enough speed, and he starts losing traction. And the gravity is just too heavy. So that's why there's magnets on that downward section of the vertical. There's no aerodynamics in the game. I've also seen another YouTuber make his Storm Realm. His section of the track didn't have magnets on the vertical, and he actually comes off the track. And I didn't like that. And I wasn't ever going to make that section without magnets. Even the part where you're going up the hill to get to the loop and everything, I have that one magnet strip there because you actually do start losing traction. If you don't boost at the last section, you can start falling off. So, that's why there's magnets. Now, the reason there's tornadoes on the second version of my Storm Realm is because I wanted to add obstacles. I didn't want to add yellow signs. So I was like, okay, I'll do something else. I'll do the tornadoes. Someone had mentioned it. I didn't want to put the tornadoes on there. I really didn't. But I did it because, okay, another obstacle that can count as lightning, but it's not lightning, even though I would like to have lightning, but there's no lightning. So I did the tornadoes. But here's one thing. The tornadoes would work perfectly for the Wind Realm. So there's that. Um. Anyway. Um. Also, Cobalt. I want to mention too that you had said that the loop in the Thunderdome on the V2 wasn't as good as the original one. The reason for that is you were right. It was the memory of the actual map itself. Because the V2 Storm Realm is bigger, I had less memory to make bigger loops. It's also where I placed the loops was kind of weird. And then the other thing too is I wanted it to be more challenging. So since the loops were smaller, you would you'd have to have well, okay, that doesn't make sense the way I worded that. Okay, forget what I said. Since I made the loops smaller so you can fall off, but I didn't want to use the magnets. Also, the reason I didn't use magnets is because somebody had said the whole looping section was ridiculous and I needed to cool it. Like you're going overboard with the loops. So that's why there's not big loops, and it's also they said it's boring and it's not challenging when there's magnet loops everywhere. So that's why I didn't do the magnet loops for the final loops on the V2. And the reason they're not big is because of memory. And yeah, so that's basically it. Honestly, I like both tracks very much. I think I did a better job at the design on the V2 version of the Storm Realm because the coil, the big spinning coil that you go down, I got that to actually be a lot more accurate to the movie in the second version than the first one. The first one, it's a solid cylinder of a spiral, and I wanted to go for more visual accuracy, which it does look appealing and pleasing to the eye though. When you see the big section at first at the top, it's big and then it shrinks down and it gets smaller like a tornado. That's how it is in the movie. So it gives it like that, oh wow, that actually looks like from the film. I even actually got the track to be more horizontal, so you are a little bit more sideways than you were in the original Storm Realm. But yeah, I did that. And another thing I want to add, which I thought was really cool, is I was showing a friend my track, and he doesn't know what Hot Wheels Accelerators is. So I was showing him the track from the movie and the scenes when they're going down the spiral and the loop-de-loop. And I noticed that the loop before the vertical is pretty large, and I actually made mine pretty big too. And I was like, "Oh, I actually got that accurately sized because in the movie I thought that it was much smaller." So, I was actually pretty excited that I got that right. So, I thought that was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, that's about it. I don't know if there's anything else. Um, I I don't know. I really like those tracks a lot, and I've been building tracks for a very long time. I started out building tracks on the computer on a game called Tonka Raceway back when I was like 5 years old. And throughout the years, I mean, I just found different games that had track builders or map builders, and I would make racetracks or whatever, or if I could manipulate the world and make maps to race in, I would do it. Like, for example, Stuntman Ignition. Thrillville was a roller coaster building game. Thrillville Off the Rails, I had that as well. Funny enough, Thrillville actually has a very similar track building system to Hot Wheels Unleashed, so that's how I kind of picked up Hot Wheels Unleashed pretty quickly. It's not exactly the same, but it has a similar aspect to kind of how you place the track and you bend it to any way you want. It's very similar, especially with how the camera's set up. And then I got an Xbox 360 because I love Halo. And when I learned about Halo's Forge system, I instantly wanted Halo really badly, and I had a PS2 for years. And then finally, when I was in, it was the end of sixth grade and going into seventh grade, my mom bought me an Xbox 360. I was, I believe I was 13 when I got my 360 for the first time, like my first ever Xbox 360. Um, and I played the crap out of Halo 3 and built racetracks, and then Halo Reach came out in 2010, and I jumped in Forge in that game, built racetracks, and that game and all sorts of stuff. I loved Halo Reach's Forge; it was amazing. Halo 4 had an okay Forge. I didn't like it that much. Reach is way better in my opinion. And then I got a PS3, and then I got Mod Nation Racers. Well, my grandfather had a PS3, and then I bought Mod Nation Racers a very long time ago, and I started building tracks in that game, and I built some insane tracks in that game. And then um, a little while later, I got a PS4. This is one I have now. I've had it for a few years now. It was like one of my first paychecks. So it's been about, I can't even remember how long it's been. But anyway, I got Trackmania Turbo. I didn't build a lot of tracks in that game. And then my biggest ever like run of building tracks in a game would have to be Grand Theft Auto Online, because they had the Cunning Stunts update and they allowed us to build our own tracks. So I built a bunch, and that's when I first started actually making realms. I started building my own realms, like realms that don't even exist in the card game or the movies. My own imagination and um, titles. I've actually made a video explaining my realms in Hot Wheels, or sorry, not Hot Wheels, in Grand Theft Auto Online. So, um, yeah, I have a lot of track building experience. So, thankfully, I get to make more tracks and share them with the world, and kind of make people's minds explode and their nostalgia come back, because that's what I want to do. I want people to have fun on tracks I build. I want people to race on them and be like, wow, this is cool. And I I've been able to do that for a few years with my friends, but this recent video I've dropped of my Storm Realm and me showing it off, this has been the first time ever for me on YouTube, especially, that I've had this much people look at something that I've made, and it's incredible, and I'm just blown away. I'm sorry I'm losing my voice. It's I work overnights, so my body and everything is really tired and stuff, but um I just want to thank you guys so much. Like, this is amazing. Like, this feeling and being able to share this kind of content and things and stuff like that is something I couldn't ever, I've never even thought of getting this far or getting at this point. It's incredible. Just to see somebody else look at something that I made and say, let's talk about this. Let's look at this. I want to talk about how amazing this is, how cool and intense and fun and exciting that this creation is, that this individual made is just amazing to me. And I can't thank you guys enough, and especially you, Cobalt. Like, thank you, all of you, so much. But I know this is like a 20-minute video. I didn't want it to be this long, but I just I don't know, I wanted to pour my emotion into this and pour my heart out. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you, everybody. I will be making more tracks, obviously, in the future. There'll be more coming, so stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful day, night, whatever it is for you. Bye.